Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Thursday, August 7, 2025. Let's take a look at the economic calendar for today. Asian session was full in data releases. One of them is building approvals in Australia. Increase from 3.2% to 11.9. Trade balance increases from 1.5 billion Australian dollar to 5.36 Australian dollar. Inflation expectations in New Zealand in line with the previous number of 2.3%. Chinese data, imports beats the expectation, trade balance down from 114 to 98 billion pounds, export up from 5.7 to 7.2. Quite nice bunch of data from China. Halifax price index in UK down from 2.7 to 2.4 on the quarterly measure. German industrial production down from minus 0.8 to minus 1.9. Trade balance shrinks from 18.6 to 14.9. Unemployment rate in Switzerland is scheduled for release at 9 o'clock. At 10 o'clock we got the ECB economic bulletin, but the most important event for today is obviously the interest rate decision of Bank of England. Bank of England interest rate decision will take place at 1 o'clock. The market participants expect the Bank of England to cut the interest rate from 4.25 to 4%. Together with the interest rate decision, there is data from the meeting minutes and the vote cut counts. 30 minutes later, Bank of England inflation letter is scheduled for release. And then we jump straight onto the US session. Non-farm productivity, unit labor costs, initial jobless claims are all scheduled for release at 2:30. At 6 o'clock, at 4 o'clock, we got IVPMI data from Canada, and the FOMC member Bostic will give a speech. 7 o'clock is the time to release Atlanta Fed GDP now, and then at 10 o'clock, we got a very important speech from US President Donald Trump. Fed's balance sheet is scheduled for release at 10:30. So quite easy day. And quite busy day and quite dynamic day ahead of us. So without any further ado, let's switch to the charts. We start with euro dollar. Euro dollar continues to move higher. We broke above this technical line here, so now this line is the support for the bulls. We broke above the 100 periods moving average, and we just hit the extremely overbought condition. It looks like the next target for the bulls is 1.1696, the technical resistance. If this level is violated, then the next target is apparently this level here, which is obviously the previous swing high, located at 1.1789, just ahead of the level of 1.1830, right? So very nice movement to the upside. We let's say retrace almost all of this post NFP slump on the euro dollar, and the market is right now looking for another way to rally higher. The main event of today is the interest rate decision by the Bank of England, and as you can see right now, we are doing the very important thing on the cable. The bulls are testing the technical resistance 1.3368, 1.3383. This is the second technical resistance. So we got the supply zone and the 100 periods moving average, which is just at the level of 1.3383. So this scenario to the upside has been completed. Now the question remains whether we are going to break above this technical resistance, or we will reverse and decline lower. Please notice that we are positioning ahead of the interest rate decision. Remember, Bank of England is expected to cut the interest rate from 4.25 to 4%. With this kind of the momentum, we might see some rally to the upside if we break this technical resistance before the Bank of England interest rate decision is made. And the next target is located at 1.3459, 1.3475. Eventually, even wave B swing might be tested, which is located at 1.3587. So then this scenario, in case of a breakout, this scenario, the red scenario, red arrow is invalidated, and the chances are that after the ABC correction to the downside is completed, now it's time to resume the uptrend. So that was the British pound. Let's take a look at the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Now, our scenario worked perfectly. Still 100 periods moving average, and the technical resistance at 148.01 is the major level, the key level to the upside here. No breakout, no green arrow scenario. So the green arrow scenario only after the breakout above this level. As you can see, the market was capped below this level, local high 147.89, so like 11 pips ahead of this level. Nevertheless, we moved lower. Now we are trying to test the lows from the August 5th, 146.63, any breakout lower, and we are going to test the 145.87 technical support. Momentum is negative. Momentum is quite weak, 37 points. There is room to the downside. Obviously, there is some technical support, but there's a room to the downside here on the chart. There's a room to the downside on the RSI. US dollar, Japanese yen looks bearish. What is the S&P 500 doing? So S&P 500 on a 4-hour time frame chart retraced almost all of this post non-farm payroll slump, broke above this technical resistance 6,634 and made a local high at 6,364. So the major level here might be tested quite soon. Nevertheless, this movement to the upside is in 3 waves. However, it's quite deep because we broke above all of this Fibonacci retracement levels here. So all of them were violated. Now all of these levels here that I've mentioned are technical support levels. So right now we are back to this technical support levels. We are above the 100 periods moving average. S&P 500 looking bearish ahead of the Bank of England interest rate decision. So let's see how this will play out. So what about gold? What about gold? And the 4-hour time frame chart of gold is looking bullish. The dips towards the 100 periods moving average at 3,351 were about back up. We broke above the technical resistance here, so now technical resistance is the support. The next target for the bulls is 3,394, and if we break above this level, then of course the swing high from July 23rd at 3,438 is next for the test, right? So that will be a very interesting thing to see this level tested. Momentum is strong, momentum is positive, 62, 63 points. If we break above this level here, then the next target is swing high. So the gold is looking very good, very bullish. As you can see here, there was some kind of a situation with the trend line. They didn't actually broke straight on above the trend line. There was some kind of a battle here, but we are back above the trend line. As you can see, this trend line provided very nice technical support until it was violated, tested, then battle for the trend line. Now it's the time for the bulls to move higher. We will see if they will manage to do this. And the Bitcoin is still below the supply zone after the second test of this level, 115,734. And still there is no decision whether the Bitcoin should go up and follow the green arrow scenario or reverse lower and follow the red arrow scenario. As you can see, for now, the red arrow scenario is in favor because that was the second attempt to rally or break above the supply zone, and that was the second failure of a Bitcoin to rally. So as long as we stay below this technical resistance levels, there's 4 technical resistance levels that constitute the supply zone, the outlook remains bearish, despite the fact that we broke above the level of 50 on the RSI, but we come back very quickly, and now we are hovering around this level here. So any breakout below yesterday's low opens the road to 112,650, and then even eventually to the 111,920. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.